Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Before we're going to start our class, let me call on Miss Jimlene Delphine to lead us in prayer.
Let us all pray. We come before you in your throne in heaven, Father Jehovah, asking for your guidance and Holy Spirit as you guide this class. And give us the wisdom and knowledge that we will be able to understand and fully digest everything that we are going to learn in this class. For the sins that we did, we are asking for forgiveness. And for the things we have never mentioned, may you add to it. All this we ask and pray in the name of your only Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Miss Jimlene
Amen.
Delphine, for leading us in prayer. Okay. Again, good afternoon. I hope you are doing well and, of course, feeling good today. And, of course, we're expected to have our online class because of the high index, no heat index in our place. So today we're going to have a new lesson. This is actually uh, module 8 of our assessment 2, and the title is Assessment in the Affective Domain. Okay, before we start, let's have a recap of our previous lesson. Okay, can anybody, of course, mention the topic that we have last time? Yeah, last week, what lesson we discussed last Friday?
About e-portfolio.
Okay, it's about e-portfolio. Okay, what about e-portfolio? What you have learned, Miss Bailen? Okay, anything that you have learned about e-portfolio? Why is it useful for us? Okay, who can help Miss Bailen? Okay, Miss Marjo?
It documents the progress and development of the student.
Yeah, very good. So it, of course, documents the development and progress of the students. There is another hand being raised. Who was that? Okay, you can turn on your audio if you wanted. Any other answers?
Hello, sir. It was me,
Yes.
sir. Okay, so the e-portfolio has become an essential tool for our students, and so that we can track our learning and development progress through a digital platform where we can compile videos of our activities and projects.
Yeah, very good, Joseph. Very nice answer. So we, according to the answer of your classmate, we can compile. Okay, media. So when I say media, of course, it's a plural form of uh, the medium that we can have. Like we can include, of course, text, pictures, graphics, and so on. So that's the main probably focus of the e-portfolio. Before, if we're going to have the traditional portfolio, we can have only the uh, hard copy of the documents. But now we can, of course, combine these all. Thank you so much. So, e-portfolio can be used as what? An assessment tool, or what's the other one? Okay, you can use our chat box or you can answer based on the title of the lesson before or last week. E-portfolio can be used as.
Communication medium, sir.
Okay, very good. It's a communication medium, and the other one is, of course, as an assessment tool. Very good. So that's it. Okay. Again, today we have, of course, a new lesson. So if you notice, our focus more on with the assessment one is more on the cognitive domain. So when we say, of course, the cognitive domain, it's with, of course, our, okay, the mind, no? The knowledge base. Okay, here the focus is different. It's more on the affective. Okay, when we say affective, what does this denote? It talks about what? If cognitive is the mind or knowledge, what about affective?
Emotion, sir.
Okay,
Feelings.
oh yeah,
Feelings.
feelings,
Feelings and
emotions.
emotions, sir.
Okay, very good answer. So that's it. Before we start, let's have some words, okay, for you to arrange. Okay, this is related to the affective domain. Okay, let's have number one. You can use our chat box. Okay, or you can, of course, have your answer being dictated. Okay, yes, Marjo.
Emotional intelligence, sir.
Okay, let's have the next. What's the next?
Affective domain, sir.
Okay, affective domain. Very good. I've seen also your answers in our chat box. What about the third?
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness, sir.
Self-awareness, sir.
Okay, self-awareness. So that's it.
Self-awareness.
Number four.
Self-management.
Self-management.
Management.
Okay, what about number five?
Relationship
Relationship
Skills.
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 Okay, we have relationship skills. And lastly, that is,
Teacher.
Teacher observation.
Observation.
Teacher observation.
okay, teacher observation. So these are, of course, the answers of scrambled words that we can have. And these words can be related to assessment in the affective domain. Okay, very good answers, dear students. Okay, let's have another. Okay, what can you say about this one, this picture? You can raise your hand if you wanted to answer. Yes, Mrs. Delphine.
As we can see from the picture, we can derive that there are these pupils or children that are looking something into the computer, which means probably either they are learning something, they're watching something that can enhance or that could add up to the knowledge they already have.
Okay, so that's nice, no? Very good. Okay, what about what can you say about the faces? Anybody? Okay, what can you say? Okay, about the faces of the children or the students. Actually, at the middle is the teacher. Okay, so if you notice, the teacher is also what? Okay, are these students feeling happy or are they excited or probably, what can you say about? Okay, there are answers here in our chat box. They're happy, they're smiling, they're excited, they enjoy, or excited to learn, sir. So that's it. No, that's very nice answer. Okay, and what about this one? This picture. Miss Margate, what can you say about the picture? The second picture.
They are second picture, sir.
Mhm.
Sa picture, sir, I can see na they are interactive about sa lesson nila.
Okay, they're interactive, no? Okay, and
Mm.
some probably would say there is group discussion, there is communication. So the listeners are paying attention to the girl and they're sharing their thoughts. That's according to the answers of your classmates in a chat box. Okay. Do you also like this scenario in your classroom when you become teacher? Yes, according to Ma'am Kapalia, according to Labordo, yes, to Sabalde, no, Margate, and so on. Of course, we wanted to have this kind of classroom or probably atmosphere inside the classroom. Okay, so these pictures focus more on what? A cognitive, affective, or psychomotor? What you have noticed?
Affected, sir.
Okay, very good. No, this picture talks more on the affective, not domain, and it calls for the feelings, the emotions, probably no, the attitude and character of the student. So we do not just probably teach the concept or knowledge. We teach also, okay, the values, the attitudes, and this talks about, of course, the affective domain. Let's talk about our learning outcomes. Okay, can we have John Lawrence Ferguson to read our learning outcomes?
At the end of the lesson, students are expected to explain the meaning of assessing learning outcome in the affective domain, discuss soft skills in relation to assessment in the affective domain, cite methods and tools for assessing learning in the affective domain, and develop assessment tools to measure learning in the affective domain.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much, for reading our objectives. I have here na this quotation, and this is according to Andy Hargreaves. No, he said, "On assessment, we measure what you value instead of valuing only what you can measure." So that's it. What does this quotation mean or means to us or to you? Yes? Anybody? Okay, John Benedict, do you have an answer of this quotation? What do you mean by these?
With this quotation, sir, we're not just only measuring, but we have to love what we do or what we measure.
Okay, so that of course involves feeling. We do not just probably measure what we know. So we need to measure, okay, also, no, uh, the values, even probably the thing that you wanted. Okay, because if we're going to focus only with, of course, the knowledge, okay, pahapyaw lang yon, no? But we are more with, of course, the values that we can learn. So that's it. Okay, let's recall or recap the three domains of learning. There is, of course, the cognitive domain, and that's knowledge. The second one is, of course, the affective, which is the feelings, the attitude, and the emotion that we have. And lastly, the psychomotor domain, which concerns about our skills. So that's it. Okay, so our assessment should focus with this also, the three, no? Okay, we do not just probably measure, yeah, the knowledge and the skills, but how they could be affected. And that talks about, of course, our attitude, the feelings, and the emotion. Because at the end of the day, it's still, of course, the attitude that really counts. So that's it. Now, even if you're intelligent, but your attitude is not good, okay, something is wrong. So these three goes together. Take note. Okay, and this three talks about the KSA that we need to have. Now, as teachers, we focus more on the three. We do not just probably disregard, okay, the other one. So we need to give emphasis now with the knowledge, the skills, and of course, lastly, the attitude that we have from our students. So that's it. Take note. What can you read, Miss Joanna Flores? No, what about the Bible says?
For the Bible says, "What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? What
Uh,
does it
Go.
okay.
Continue, Miss Joanna.
What does it profit a man or a woman if he or she accumulates a lot of wealth with the use of his or her mind and hands if he or she is not happy or has no sense of fulfillment?"
Yeah, so that's it. What's the meaning of these? Anybody? Matalino ka nga, o no? Magaling ka nga, no? What about your attitude? So that's it. Okay, anybody can explain? Anybody can try? Who wants to try?
Pangatlong pamangkot, sir, excuse.
Okay, what do you mean by this? What does it profit a man or a woman if he or she accumulates a lot of wealth? Okay, with the use of her mind and hands, no? If she is not happy, okay, or has sense of fulfillment. Yes, Miss Delphine?
For me,
Re-
sir, this means that anything that we do or anything that we have done must have give us something to, or must have made us to feel something. It does not only mean that we are good at something and then that's it. Because for one to be truly passionate or for one to be truly successful in his chosen endeavor, he or she should be fulfilled because he or she is doing something that she loves, or she is doing something that will not only benefit him or her, but it will also benefit others. And it will be not just for the meantime, not just in the long run, but it will be a legacy.
Okay, so that's it. Very nice explanation that we can have now. Okay. What about Miss Kapalia?
Well, I'll just set an example. For example, an artist, he was asked by his parents to like take a course that he doesn't love. Example, you take a course nursing, or you take a course like medicine, and then that person took medicine or nursing, and then she's successful, a board passer, she's working abroad, she earns a lot of money, but what is in her heart is that she wanted to be like a singer or not related to medicine or nursing, so she's earning but she's not happy, something
Okay,
like
so
that.
that's not very good. Now, there is of course a relationship on with the cognitive and of course psychomotor and of course the affective is the happiness. So that's it. You cannot force anybody. Okay, if she will not be happy, no, unsatisfied and probably no, and contented of what she is doing. So that's it. Okay, let's continue. Oh, he or she is schooled but not educated. What do you mean by this? There's a lot of individual who is like this one. They are actually in the university, even probably high standard university or high class university. But at the end of the day, yeah, they are not educated. So this statement points out, of course, the fact, no? Okay. Much of what has happened in education process and was focused on the cognitive development alone. So that's it. So we need to focus more on with the four, no, things that we can have. So probably our focus should be with the whole child approach. When we say whole child approach, the totality, no, kabilugan. So that's it. Now we do not just focus more on their intelligence. We focus more on, of course, the attitude and the skills that they can have. And then number two is the self or the social emotional learning. Okay, if you notice during the pandemic, there's a lot of probably not just students. Okay, there's a lot of individual who attempt and of course commit suicide. So something is wrong with the self or the social emotional learning. Some students now, because of the gadgets, no, tend to asa lang or probably they're going to um, put more on trust, okay, with the technology, but they don't probably invest on how could be these students be strong in case there are problems, no, that will arise and so on. So for example, during the pandemic, there's a lot of problem, no? Ang iban some probably students would think it's the end of the world. Okay, some committed suicide. Okay, and so on. So that's it. It boils down with, of course, our emotional status or aspect of life. Even probably our EQ, no, our emotional intelligence. Okay, in contrast with the IQ, I am always telling my students that when you have, of course, strong EI or EQ, okay, you're probably more than intelligent than those who have high IQ but low in EQ or EIQ. So that's it. Okay, what's your points, Rambos? I should say you should invest more on, okay, higher emotional intelligence quotient. I know some students who are um, intellectually or probably intelligently inclined with the IQ, high IQ, but low ang EQ. So when they get low score, it seems to be the end of the world. So that's it. I am supposing to address that one. We need to have, of course, high EQ. Okay. And lastly, positive discipline and growth mindset. Always tell yourself to be positive, no? Whatever will happen in life, it's rocky road. And when you are going to have only, of course, the positive one, okay, you do not consider also some things that might happen in a negative way. Okay, probably you will end up frustrated. Okay, but my point is that in whatever you do, be positive. Okay, kung hindi ngayon ang para sa iyo, may bukas pa. Yeah, kung hindi naman bukas, probably the next day, the next week, next month, and so on. And another one is, of course, growth mindset. Okay, so do not stop learning. Okay, do not consider that today it's the end. No, there's another tomorrow. And probably when you have tomorrow, okay, favorable siya, no, for you. Always remember that. Okay, a player, for example, in this class, there's a lot of players here, no? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But if you want to win, you continuously practice because practice makes perfect. So you will not be champion if you're not going to practice and practice and practice. The same with learning. So that's it. If you wanted to have good score, you review. Keep on reading and reading and reading. That's it. Okay, so these four constitute no equals the important effective function of education. So that's it. No, these four focuses more on the best function of education in our lives. So we are, of course, developing holistic students. So that's it. Okay, according to Navarro and Santos, na in 2013, the affective domain is the best studied, no, and most often overlooked domain in the education literature, despite the fact that almost every researcher or author begins with a premise on the importance of the affective domain in the teaching and learning. What's the reason? Perhaps it's the fact that the affective domain is the most nebulous and the hardest to evaluate among Bloom's three domains. Very true, no? It's very hard to evaluate. Okay, however, it is important to realize that by tapping the potentials of the affective domain in enhancing learning, we increase the likelihood of real and authentic learning among our students. I like the word real and authentic learning among our students. And students may experience affective roadblocks to learning that can neither be recognized nor solved when using a purely cognitive approach. No? There are things that happen in our life that we cannot solve alone using our knowledge. Okay, but sometimes we need to use our heart. Okay, so that's it. In deciding to probably get married, no, get married rather. Okay, at early stage, yeah, should you will use both your mind and your heart. Hindi pwedeng heart lang. You use your mind. Or probably you do not use just your mind, but you use your heart. So that's it. No? Okay, always remember. So there are decisions in life that you need to have these three. Okay. Or the two rather, the heart and the mind. So indeed rather, learning is not only a cognitive process, it's also emotional process. So that's it. there is a study no, on research that would tell us probably no, that SEL not only improves achievement by the average of 11 percentile points, but it also increases the pro-social behaviors. What are these? It's kindness, sharing, and empathy. Okay. If we're going to focus, my dear students, with the three, kindness, sharing, and empathy, the student or the learner that we have is kinda, of course, holistic by nature. So that's it. So if you are kind, if you share, and if you empathize, no, probably it improves students' attitudes towards your work in school, even reduces depression and stress among students. So that's it. Okay. So we do not just focus these to students, but also teachers. As teachers, we need to be kind, we need to share and empathize with our students. Wag yung ikaw yung bida, pero ikaw rin yung kontrabida sa buhay ng mga estudyante. So that's it. Okay, we need to probably understand and support our students as well. So that's it. Like for example, there is an activity in school, and when all teachers allowed already their students to watch and attend the event, ikaw na lang ang hindi, something is wrong. Okay? Relate kayo dyan, no? Some teachers do not allow you to attend, yeah, and so on. So that's it. We should be, okay, supportive, okay, with our students. There are actually 5 key skills of self, no? What's the meaning of cell again? Anong meaning ng cell?
Social emotional learning, sir.
Okay, that's it. Let's have uh, Labordo. You feel? Okay, what are the 5 key skills of cell?
Ako, sir?
May iban pag niya Labordo, how?
Dalang. 5 key skills of SEL or social emotional learning, self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and lastly, responsible decision making.
Okay, so that's thank you, Mr. Ufil. If you're going to notice, there are 2 self here. Self-awareness, of course, self-management. So you're aware of yourself. Okay, that's the best thing that you need to do. Can you manage yourself? That's the question. And what about social awareness? Are you aware of what's happening? Okay, around you. Yeah, what's happening with Bebang, Bogart, no, Marites, and Marimar? Okay, what about your relationship skills? Are you having good relationship skills with your classmates? Okay, what about your decision making? Are you responsible? So that's it. Now in life, we need to be responsible in whatever decisions that we can have. And of course, we need soft skills. Okay, and effective assessment. So when we say soft skills, these are non-technical skills, no, that refer to how one works in the workplace. Okay, supposing you're already, employed in the DepEd, okay, you are of course expected to have soft skills. How you interact, how you do or carry your tasks, okay, in the workplace. How do you approach problem? Are you having positive approach? Or you just easily probably be angry? Supposing students are noisy, no? And when the principal or probably there's a lot of tasks, no? Okay, for you to do. Nagagalit ka ba? So yun yung tanong. Okay, so that's it. And we have 4 categories of soft skills. Okay, let's have yeah, Maris Ann, what are the 4 categories of soft skills? Okay, I think she's having a coffee right now. Let's have Maria Carol Bell.
Categories of soft skills. Number 1, social skills. Number 2, self-management skills. 3, academic soft skills, and number 4, approaches to learning.
Okay, so these are the four. You have, of course, social skills, the self-management, no? Can you manage yourself? That's the question. You have academic soft skills also and approaches to learning. If you notice, we are actually using this one, okay, in the in education, particularly when you are, of course, a teacher. Yeah. So number one here is social skills. What's with the social skills? Let's have Miss Pacificar.
Social skills includes how a student interact with other students as observed by teachers and other adults.
Okay, that's it. Now, what about self-management? Let's have Joren rather, Milador.
Self-management refers to self-regulation. For example, the student ability to take control over what would otherwise be automatic reaction by planning, focusing attention, refraining experiences, and using mental tools.
So that's it, no? Are you regulating yourselves? Yeah. If you have 200 allowance today, how do you manage yourself? Okay, that's the question. Are you going to use it all for food? Okay, or probably can you still save out of 200 or 300 that you have? That's the question. Okay, you have test tomorrow. How do you manage your schedule? So that's it. Knowing that you have probably three or more subjects. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, let's have the next. Okay, number three. What about Shane Ashley? Where are you, Jane? Are you still in the court?
Number 3, academic soft skills are both social and cognitive. For example, the ability to work independently.
Okay, so that's it. No, I like this one, the ability to work independently. So if you are used to have, of course, group study, okay, the question, can you study alone? So that's it. Number four, let's have Kareel.
Approaches to learning includes things as the student's engagement in school, pleasure in learning, and anxiety about performance.
Okay, so the question here is, how do you approach learning? Supposing you have taken a test, your score is low. Yeah, how do you approach that one? How you probably manage yourself? So that's the question. Okay. And we have, of course, observable behaviors of soft skills, no? Number one that we can have is the social skills. What are the behaviors associated? Let's have Jean Francis. Jean Francis, are you there?
Observable behavior provides peers with positive feedback, offers help or assistance to peers, initiates interactions with peers, participates in discussion with peers, has sense of humor, shares amusement with peers, has friends, can carry out leadership activities, and engages in appropriate social behaviors.
Yeah, so if you notice, very nice, no? I like how you have a sense of humor and shares assessment with peers. No, wag tayong boring. Okay, has friends. I believe you have friends. You have circle of friends, and you are providing positive feedback. Now, there is feedbacking. Ang totoong kaibigan, hindi natatakot magsaway, no? Magsabing, oy, pangit yan, bad yan. So that's it. That's a true friend. Okay, let's have the next. Okay. Yeah, let's have Shello, Marie.
Control displays of temper when angry, accept legitimate rules, compromises with others to avoid conflict, responds in socially appropriate ways to criticism from others, handles teasing and social provocations, cooperates with others, maintains attention to tasks, and is respectful to teachers and staff.
Okay, that's of course self-management, soft skills. Thank you, Shello. So if you notice now, we need to accept sometimes in our lives, okay, that we cannot change laws. No, laws are laws. So accepts legitimate rules, for example. And we need to cooperate with others. Some classmates are not cooperative, no, parang walang pakialam. So that's it. We need to change that attitude. Even probably maintains attention to tasks. Some students, if the teachers are giving a lot of activities and so on, they cannot focus na. So that's it. So we need to have attention. And what I like here is that, okay, you're respectful, no, to your teachers, the staff, even probably your classmates. So that's it. Okay, we need to focus on this one. Okay. What about academic soft skills? Let's have John Asley, Vicencio.
Works independently, completes assigned tasks, listens to and carries out teacher directions, produces work of acceptable quality for ability level, brings required materials to school, arrives at school on time and without undue absences, asks for assistance as needed, asks questions, uses appropriate study skills.
Okay, so that's it now. Thank you, John. So if you notice, that's with, of course, the academic soft skills. So what I mostly like here is that, you arrive at school on time and without undue absences. No? Hindi pala absent. And you are asking assistance. Supposing you need help or you ask questions, you are not afraid to ask questions. And you're using appropriate study skills. I believe you already know and you're already probably familiar with yours learning styles. Another thing here is you complete your assigned task. Okay, so walang nadidelay, walang late submission. Let's have the next. Let's have Pagutaya. Mr. Timothy, approaches to learning.
All right. Observable behavior, Angel's School, takes on challenging tasks, has confidence in abilities, works hard and enthusiastic and adventurous, is involved with extracurricular school activities.
Okay, so that's it now. We are reminded, of course, to balance our time, and it talks about how we approach learning. Are you working hard? That's the question. Okay, do you have confidence in your abilities? Kaya ko ni ah. Kaya ko ni. So always remember that one. Dapat kaya mo, kakayanin mo, no? Okay, even takes on challenging tasks. And you're enjoying school rather. Hindi ka mo napilitan. Ang ibang daan daw, sir, hindi ko man ni gusto. Okay, third year naman, but hindi ko man ni sir gusto ang teaching. So that's it. For me, that's a negative probably um, words. You're already in the third year. How come that you don't like? Yeah, and so on. So I keep on reminding students, okay, that in the first place, yeah, we do not force students to take education because if you don't love teaching, you will not enjoy and probably will not stay. And lastly, of course, is involved with extracurricular school activities. But I'm reminding everybody, okay, na nag-aral kayo, you're enrolled here in the university, not just for extracurricular. Because some are focusing 70% in the extra ko, the academics naman 30 lang. So hindi ganon, no? Okay, you are here to study and probably to learn things and so on. But I would like you to enjoy, of course, the school activities that we have. Okay, and we have, of course, the taxonomy of educational objectives. If you notice, no, these focus more on the interest, the attitude, appreciations, values, and emotional sets or biases. That's according to Kratwall. So remember, the first one is, of course, receiving. Let's have Godwin Labanza. What's with receiving? Godwin, are you there? Okay, let's have Levy Marie.
Receiving. being aware of or sensitive to existence of certain ideas, material, or phenomena, and being willing to tolerate them. Example, to differentiate, to accept, to listen for, to respond to.
Okay, so that's it. So according to Krathwohl, the probably lowest no among the taxonomy of educational objectives is receiving. So that's it. Okay, let's have the next. Let's have John Benedict, number 2.
So we have responding, being committed in some small measure to the ideas, materials, or phenomena involved by actively responding to them. Example, to comply with, to follow, to command, to volunteer, and to spend leisure time in, to claim, to acclaim.
Okay, so that's it. That's of course responding. Let's have number 3, Andre. Lutz? Andre, are you there? Okay. Paul, Dominic, kindly help Andre.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Number 3.
Responding.
Valuing na.
Number 3, valuing. Is willing to be perceived by others as attaching importance to certain ideas, materials, or phenomena. Example, increase measured proficiency in, relinquish, to subscribe, to support, to debate.
Okay, so that's it, not to value. That's willingness to perceive, okay, by others. And of course, you have phenomena or ideas to take in. So you valuing. Okay, let's have the next, number 4. Let's have Marshall Vivandor.
Organization is relating the value to those already held and bring it into a harmonious and internally consistent philosophy. Example, to discuss, to theorize, to formulate, to balance, to examine.
Okay, to theorize. Okay, from the word theory. Huh? Okay, so that's organization. You organize. Number 5, let's have lovely Rose Mata.
Characterization by value or value set is to act consistently in accordance with the values he or she has internalized. Example, to revise, to require, to be rated high in the value, to avoid, to resist, to manage, and to resolve.
Okay, so that's characterization. Thank you, lovely. So if you notice, the highest, no, among the taxonomy of educational objectives, according to Krathwohl, is characterizations, meaning you apply this already, you characterize. So that's it. Okay, if we're going to focus more on the description, okay, by value or value set is to act consistently, no, in accordance with the values he or she internalized. So characterizations, meaning it's more an application. Okay. So here is the summary of the levels of educational objectives. We have, of course, receiving, responding, valuing, okay, organization, and characterization. Okay, you can also see the examples of these here. Okay, let's have some verbs associated with the behavioral verbs appropriate for the affective domain. By the way, it's not 6 as mentioned here, it's 5. Okay, receiving, responding, valuing, organization, characterization. So that's it. So if we're going to have this one, now in receiving, you can have a verb like accept, attend, develop, recognize. Now in responding, complete, comply, cooperate, discuss, examine, obey, respond. In valuing level, you have of course accept, defend, devote, pursue, seek. Okay, and the organization level, we have codify from the word code. Okay, discriminate, display, order, organize, systematize, wait. And for characterizations, it's more on internalize and verify. Okay, these are of course the verbs. Let's have of course the methods of assessing learning in the affective domain. Okay, so change in attitude, take note, my dear students, values and habits is the end result of effective domain. So if there is no change with your values, okay, with the attitude that you have, even your habits, there is no, okay, result in the effective domain. So today, supposing if our lesson talks more on, okay, the impact of, okay, smoking to our health, and you smoke, okay, no, prior to the lesson. So your change probably that you have should, okay, be this one. You will not smoke anymore. So that's it, no? Okay, so there is change. Change in attitude is, of course, manifested in our change of beliefs, pagpati, no? Feelings, aspirations, and attitudes towards something or someone. So supposing you have negative attitude towards LGBTQ, okay, so at the end of this, of course, discussion that we have, probably you can change it. No, you will probably appreciate, value, no, and of course, love those, okay, brothers and sisters na lumihis ng landas and so on. Okay, let's have another. So the popular method, of course, of assessing learning in the effective domain is observation. So you observe if there is change. Okay, supposing, no, you're all PE teachers here. I know a science, we have science and math, supposing teachers. Okay, let's just focus more on PE teachers, the MAPE. So if your students are not greeting you good morning or good afternoon, okay, in your class when they come in, there should be what? Okay, change after a week of class. So you can call their attention, no? That next time when you get inside, or probably there is somebody inside the room, you need to greet them or him or her good morning or good afternoon. Okay, if your students are not fond of or probably not fond of having sorry, thank you, and etc., so you teach them. Okay, how could you observe that there is the change? Probably next time when the students are noisy and you are calling their attention. So if students would say, sorry, teacher, so that's it. Okay, there is of course a change in the behavior. Okay, so that's the best thing that we can have. But according to Macmillan, there are three visible methods, no? Okay, to assess or to see, of course, if there is change in their affective side. So the first is, of course, teacher observation. Then the second one is student self-report, no? For example, si Jewel ni, si Margaret, or Margate rather, Stephanie, si Liana. Okay, gusto nila i-document ang changes sa ila self. So they should have student self-report. Okay, the third one is of course peer rating. So their peers. Sino ning peers kani? Of course, classmates, no? Okay, or circle of friends in the section or the class. So that's it. Again, we have teacher observation. Thank you. Student self-report, peer ratings. So that's it. So this uses tools like Likert scale, no? We have, of course, the semantic differential checklist, no? When we see checklist, you just check and, of course, sentence completion for that matter. Okay, let's discuss one by one. So we have, of course, the teacher observation. If you notice, there are two ways on how to have teacher observation. The first is the unstructured. Okay, this is used when observation is open-ended. Okay, and the other one is the structured. Okay, when we say structured, the teacher is guided in what to observe by a checklist or rating scale. So the teacher is just probably check, okay, is this present? For example, no, the class is behaving well, check. Okay, let's have Liana Marie Oliva is noisy, Ekes. No, kung hindi siya noisy and so on. So that's checklist. When I say rating scale, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No? Okay, seldom. Okay, never. Okay, always. So that's it. 3 pa lang. So pwede mo na dugangan and so on. Okay. So that's rating scale. So you rate pwede man na siya by weight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nga score. So 5 ang highest, 1 is of course lowest. So that's it. Okay, then we have the second one is student self-report. So what I've mentioned, there is a written reflection. What we are doing inside the class is, of course, written reflection. We always have this written reflection. Okay. So you can require this to your student. Okay. And it can be, of course, derived by way a student, no? Interview or by way of questioning or questionnaires and survey. We can have that. And of course, we have peer rating. So as what I mentioned, his or her classmate or groupmate can, of course, assess. Okay, and we have the effective assessment tools, as what I mentioned. You can have observation, student self-report. Okay, and you have also the peer ratings that make use of assessment tools as Likert scale, the semantic differential, checklist, and so on. Okay, so this is an example of the Likert scale, as what I mentioned earlier. No, you have the legend 1. Okay, for strongly disagree, 2 for disagree, 3 for undecided, 4 for agree, and 5 for strongly agree. So the Likert scale makes use of the 5-point scale. Okay, again, 5-point scale. So that's it. That's Likert scale. Okay, the next is we have, of course, the sentence completion. So for example, assessment is, okay, so they can, of course, continue that one. Okay, if you notice in our last learning activity sheets that I am having in the Canvas, you have that reflection making. So it started, in this module, blah, 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 I learned that. That's sentence completion. Okay, so this method is based on the idea that sentence completion will reveal more about thoughts, fantasies, and emotional conflicts than testing with, of course, direct questions. So in the sentence completion, it's open, open. It's open-ended. The students will just probably continue like, okay, in my opinion, so that's it. I assume that. Okay, and if you ask me, so that's it, no? Opinionated na siya dayon. And of course, that's based on, okay, what the student feel, okay, our students feel. So that's it. Okay, what about semantic differential? So the scales are pairs of adjectives on feelings or beliefs, that are opposite. Kita nyo dira, Direction. Which item is true of your math class? Check the item that applies to you. Mark X the item that does not apply to you. For example, so you have this 0, Okay, kita mo dira, exciting, boring sa pihak. So opposite, fulfilling, frustrating, demanding, easy. So you have, of course, baseline nga score, 0. Tapos 1, 2. Kung positive, like for example, exciting. Pero kung negative siya, boring, you have -1, -2. So you just check there. Or you mark X kung wala siya nag-apply. So that's it. Okay? That's the response. We have also the checklist, The student simply checks an item that is observed or present, okay, or possessed, or that applies to him or her. Okay, for example, direction, check the item which applies to you. Okay. Number 1, I believe that intelligence can be developed. Number 2, I do not easily give up. No, I accept criticism. Okay, number 4, I draw inspiration from the success of others. Okay, number 5, I see challenges as opportunities to grow. Okay, and number 6, I persist in the face of difficulties. Nag-exist siya, persist. Okay, I view effort as a path to mastery. So that's it. Check or not. So that's checklist. Okay. Then we have, of course, students' written reflections. Yeah, I like this one. Okay, so teacher asks the students, for example, to write their personal thoughts and feelings on a subject topic given by the teacher, like why I like or dislike mathematics. So that's the reflection. And a reflection paper allows students to personal approach and express their thoughts on a given topic. So that's it. Okay. So any questions? Here are our references. Do you have questions?
None, sir.
Okay. So that's it. Kindly have thumbs up if you don't have questions. Use your emoticon. Thumbs up. Okay. So as what I mentioned in our chat box or probably in our group chat, you're going to have, okay, your 1/4. Do you have 1/4 now? Can you have heart emoticon if you have, of course, 1/4 now? Are you now ready with your 1/4?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
instructions, everybody. You're going to write your answers, no? Okay, in 1/4, and at the same time, use our chat box in this class, the meeting chat. You send your answers directly to me. Okay, you click to Maridel Ambos, your professor. Okay, why you're going to use the chat, okay, the meeting chat, okay, and send it to me so that I can see your score, okay, if you are true, of course, of what you are writing in the 1/4. So your 1/4 will be used later, no, in checking. At the same time, I will validate that in your, okay, answers sa chat box. Okay, so that 1/4 could be used as your display in our e-portfolio that we're going to have. Okay, are you now ready with your 1/4? Okay, kindly have thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, again, you have to write first your answer in your 1/4, and you're going to write in our, okay, chat box here, no? In our meeting chat. You directly send your answers to me. So you just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's it. That's for true or false test. Okay? Pag multiple choice test na, you will have another. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a quiz. Okay, regarding, of course, the lesson that you have. Okay, let's start now. Okay, so you have true or false test. You're going to write true if the statement is true and false if it is false. Okay, number 1. Do not send your answer, Anay, ha? Do not send your answer. Just type there. Okay, in our meeting chat. Okay. Number 2. Oh, sa balde. Agutaya, what is it? Marzo, bakit nagsisend na kayo ng answer? Hindi pa. Okay. After you write number 1, number 2, like that one. Number 1, trolls. Number 2, trolls. Ganon. Okay. Do not send to me your answer again. It's not yet done. You send your answer later. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, test 2. Okay, we have multiple choice test. You select the best answer. Number 2, three, four, and last, okay, are you done? Thumbs up, please. Okay, you can start sending your answer. You send your answer in our meeting chat. Okay, I've seen answers from Gutaya, Rivera, Sabalde, Yebres, Aguanza, Margate, Cortez, Vibandor. Tayong, bakit kulang ang iyong answers? Labordo, only test 1. What about test 2? Delphine, you just sent letter C. Okay. You should have 15 answers, 1 to 10 for true or false. Okay, and multiple choice, 1 to 5. Some of you are not following instructions. It's true or false, not T or F. Okay, the chat box is, or the meeting chat is the one that you can see the answers of your classmates during the time that I ask questions. Amo nang may ngalan yung chat. Yes, diri. Okay, you have 2 minutes more. Okay, so time's up, everybody. Okay, you check your 1/4. You check your 1/4. Okay, here is the answer. Check your 1/4. Okay, are you done? Okay. So you have to have a picture of your 1/4 inang kincheckan niyo. Okay. And you will have a screenshot of the attendance that you have, no? Later, pag end sang klase, ang makita ang tanan nga tsura or ang tanan nga ngalan. So again, you have a picture of that 1/4. You're going to use that in the e-portfolio together with the screenshot of our attendance later. Okay, are you done? Okay. So wala na sang masense ang answer. Si Flores ang pinakaulihi diri. Okay. For our assignment, everybody, for our assignment, you're going to answer, okay, our video activity number 6, which you can see in the canvas. So that's it. As of this time, um, you can have it there, but the submission is not open. So the submission will be next week. Okay, that's assignment number 1. And another assignment that you can have is assessment task number 6, wherein you can have reflection making and some questions to answer. So that's it. Okay. Next, uh, Friday, another assignment is you're going to bring, okay, your own checklist, no? Okay, you create a checklist, okay, about probably study habits. 10 questions or statements only. Okay, again, create a checklist about study habits. Okay, pulo lang. You should have 10 questions or statements regarding study habits. Okay, you can search the net, for example. You can have a lot there. Again, checklist. So that's your assignment next meeting. We will have face-to-face class next week because we already write a letter to the mayor that next week all classes will be held, okay, face-to-face. Questions?
None, sir, none.
Okay.
None, sir.
Kindly have your kindly turn on your screen so that we can have our, okay, checklist can be write in a bond paper, short size. Okay. So it's computerized, no? As your output. So your attendance would all also be a proof, no? Or also a proof that you are here. Your picture today. Okay, if you are not around, of course, meaning you are absent. So that's it. Okay. Doreza Pacificar, Goodwin, din ka na? Can Joy Rosales, kindly on your video. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, smile. Oh, John Lawrence, why is it that you are in your sando? Okay, what you're going to do? Are you going to sleep? Okay. Can we have another picture? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, see you on Friday again, okay, during our class. Thank you for, of course, your participation and, of course, for being alive during our class. I'll be having a list of students here. You're going to write your score, okay, in our GC. Okay, thank you. Keep safe always and God bless. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.